Mic check 1 2 1 2. Hello everybody, this is your boy, they call me MJ. Back with a new accent. No, I'm kidding. Alright, so I'm back. I know it's been a while, but I'm back. So this episode, I'm gonna tell you, I didn't know what the title of this episode is. I guess it will be on the screen once I'm done doing everything I have to do to it. So I really can't introduce it because I don't really know what the title is yet as I'm recording this. So let me give you a little background on what this episode is going to be about. First of all, it's not going to be as serious as some of my other episodes. You know, I believe in the brain of thought, having some fun every once in a while. Just some things I've been thinking about. The way I thought about this episode was on Facebook. I put on something like it was like a meme or something, and so it was like actually no, let me pull it up because I don't even remember. Let me stop, see if I can pull it up here. Go down. Yeah, it said, name an artist everybody loves, but you are not that impressed as everybody else is. And so what I said was every rapper who has Little in front of their name, every single one. And everybody's like, oh, even Lil Baby or Lil Wayne? Yes, them too. I'm personally am not that impressed with everything they do, and I have neither of those guys in my top 5 rap artists of all time. But that's another story. That's not what this podcast is about. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like some of their work and I have some of their songs on my playlist. I'm just not as impressed as everybody else is. That's all. But once again, I digress. That's not the point. So from that, I kind of thought of something else, and I was like, alright, listen. So I said I might use this topic on a podcast episode, but I didn't get enough responses, so I decided to look. Oh, actually, no, we'll get to that. So I said, name a celebrity, athlete, or infamous person that you would not be excited if they pulled up alongside you. Me and my girlfriend were actually having lunch and talking about how we met famous people either on purpose or by accident, or we didn't really know who they were and what they did. And so, you know, we traded stories that way. So it kind of got me thinking, like, you know what? Let me try to do this. Let me start naming some people that if I would not be as impressed as other people who are big fans of them. And I would, I guess on a scale of 1 to 10, I would tell you how excited I am to meet them. And so how I came up with this list, actually, well, I put Tyrese on. I'll put Tyrese as a gift, by the way, in case you don't follow me on Facebook. Tyrese is one of those people that if he was like in like Dollar Tree buying some balloons, I don't know why he would do that, but like if he were doing that and everybody would like walk up to him and want his autograph, I would just be like, alright. I'm just not gonna bother putting this in my ear anymore. Alright. And so like if somebody invited me to a party, assuming that like the pandemic and COVID's over, they're like, hey, we're gonna go to a party and Tyrese is performing, you want to come? I would be like, no. Make sure you take pictures though. I'm not. I wouldn't be that excited to meet Tyrese. I'm just saying. All right. Nothing against him. It's just once again, I have some of his. I enjoy his movies, and I listen to some of his music, and I watch some of his things on TV, as it was a movie or a TV show. You know, I'm just wouldn't be that excited to meet him. Just all right. And so how I came up with this list was I googled celebrities, like famous top 20 famous celebrities, and then I came across an article that came as recent as March 12th, I guess. And so this is the list I'm gonna go with. So it's 20 people. It says 20 most powerful stars list. So I was like, okay, we'll just do that as a jumping off point. So here it is. There's 20 celebrities based on this article. On a scale of 1 to 10, I tell you how I'd be excited to meet them or not excited to meet them. So here we go. I haven't read this article at all yet, so this is basically on the fly. So here we go. Okay, I guess it's not in any particular order. There's no number next to it. So all right. So the first one is Beyonce. Scale of 1 to 10, if I were to meet Beyonce, I'd be about 7, about 6.5, 7, something like that. Like, I'd be like cool, this is like a really famous person. Once again, I enjoy some of her work. Not a hater. Don't hate the Beehive, none of that. I personally would not be that excited. I'd just be like, okay, hey, there's Beyonce. I would get a picture with her, see if I can have an autograph. Like, that would be depending on the crowd around her, and I'm pretty sure it'd be a big crowd around her, so I probably wouldn't do that. But I would be like if she was like by herself, and I'd walk up to her, like, hey, you Beyonce? Hi, how you doing? I like your work. Hey, you sign this for me and take a picture? And I'd be like, I would just be for bragging rights, and I'd be like, hey guys, guess who I met today in the Chick-fil-A line, whatever. Somewhere, whatever. It's like, hey guys, look who I met at the mall. Look who this is. You know who this is? That would be more for that reason rather than me actually personally meeting them, if that makes sense. Alright, so there's the first one. The next one on the list is Taylor Swift. Scale of 1 to 10, I'd be about a 4. Yeah, about a 4. I would have said 5, but I'm like, it's like, I guess, you know what? Since I'm on the fence anyway, it would make sense to say 5. I'm going to go with 5 on this one. So Taylor Swift, scale of 1 to 10, I'd be at a 5 if I met her in person. Once again, same thing with Beyonce. I'm a fan of some of her work, not all of it. But if I saw her somewhere, I'd be like, it'd be the same deal as Beyonce. I'd be like, hey, how you doing? You're Taylor Swift, right? Hey, I wouldn't want her autograph because I have no reason for that. I don't know. Maybe my daughter would like her autograph. It'd be for her, not for me. Like, all right, cool. This is cool. Hey, look who I met today. Be the same, basically same deal. Wouldn't be as excited. Once again, nothing against her. Just me personally, 5 out of 10 excited scale. Alright, the next one on this list is Madonna. See, I would say it depends on what era I met her in. If she were in her prime, I'd be more excited. But now the more I think about it, I probably wouldn't. So on a scale of 1 to 10, I'd be about a 3 if I saw Madonna somewhere. Here's the thing about Madonna. She's a cultural icon. We all get that. I could not pick Madonna out of a lineup. Like, if you put a whole bunch of blonde white women next to each other who kind of look like Madonna, I could not pick her out. Like, I would not be able to solve that puzzle. Not that she's not forgettable or anything. She's not forgettable. It's just I couldn't do it. If you put Madonna somewhere next to 5 other women who looked almost identical to her and have me pick the real one, I would probably fail that one. Especially if you only gave me one shot at it. I might have got it on the second try, maybe. I don't know. But once again, some of her work is okay. I'm not overly excited to meet Madonna. Like, what would that do for me? It's just, honestly, I bring up Madonna. I think I've referenced Madonna maybe twice in my life without one of her songs playing on the radio. And I don't even remember what those reasons were for. I just said something about Madonna. Or she's old now. I don't know. I don't know what I said. Yeah. If it wasn't prompted by music, I'm probably not thinking about Madonna. So, you know what? I'm going to take that down to a 2.5. 2.5 out of 10. If Madonna would just walk up next to me in some random place somewhere. I'll just be like, I wouldn't even ask her if she's Madonna. I'll just look at her and go, she looks like Madonna. Alright. Nothing against her, that's just how I feel. Next one, interesting one. Kylie Jenner. Scale of 1 to 10, how excited I would be if she walked right next to me. A little higher than Madonna, honestly. About 3.5, 3 out of 10. I don't really follow. Here's the thing about Kylie Jenner. If no one says anything about her, I probably won't know what's going on. Like, I've never, ever in my life gone out of my way to see what Kylie Jenner's up to. Normally, if I hear about Kylie Jenner, she probably did something and the news is talking about it, or a couple of my friends on Twitter are tweeting about it. That's about it. If she's not on TV or on social media, I'm not thinking about her. So for her to just walk up to me somewhere and just like, I don't even look at her that much. I probably wouldn't even notice. That's just how, honestly, I probably couldn't notice. Honestly, I think Chloe and Kim are probably the two the two girls in the as far as the daughters go in the family that I could probably pick out of a lineup. The rest of them are kind of like, all right. Honestly, I don't pay attention to Kylie or Kendall Jenner. Actually, none of the Kardashians unless somebody else is talking about them. But Kylie and Kendall, I can't even remember what they look like. And the only reason why I know what Kylie looks like is because there's a picture in front of me. So, scale of 1 to 10, 3.5. But once again, I take a picture with her for bragging rights. No other reason than that. And I probably wouldn't even do that. Okay. Next, Tom Cruise. Here's an interesting one. Now, I have not seen a lot of Tom Cruise's movies. I don't think I've ever... You know what? Now that I think about it, I don't think I've seen any Tom Cruise movie from beginning to end. I've only seen parts of everything he's in. Risky Business, never watched the whole movie. Top Gun, never watched the whole movie. Any of the Mission Impossible movies, I fell asleep through almost all of them. I tried to give it a shot. It ain't my thing. What is it? Jerry Maguire, never watched that whole movie. Never did. I know what it is. If someone says, "Show me the money," I know where that came from. It's like, what was that other movie with Jack Nicholson? A Few Good Men. Never seen that whole movie either, but I can reference it though. I can reference almost all of those movies, but I've never watched a Tom Cruise movie from beginning to end. Never. So, with that being said, to meet him, it'd be about a 5.5, 6. Let me tell you why. See, I respect the man's work. I'm not a big fan of it, but Tom Cruise is like, because it'd be so funny for me to meet Tom Cruise, because everybody has this thing where like Tom Cruise, his roles where he takes makes him seem so much taller than he actually is, and he's actually a tiny man compared to the roles he plays in movies. So that would be funny to me in itself. So I would definitely ask for his autograph and take a picture, and I'd be like, "Hey guys, I met this big tiny man. You might have heard of him. His name's Tom Cruise." Actually, the caption on my social media page would be like, "Hey, I met this big tiny man. You guys recognize him?" So that would be that. Alright. So Tom Cruise about 5.5, 6. Alright, next one. Rhianna. I don't really know Rhianna like that. Most of us probably don't. So I don't know how she actually is in person. But from the looks of her, I believe it or not, I'd want to stay away from her. Now, I really like her music, but I would not approach her and ask her if she's Rhianna. But I kind of would be a little excited to see her up close. Like, oh wow, this is actually Rhianna here. But I would not initiate I wouldn't initiate the conversation at all. I wouldn't even tap her and go, "Excuse me, are you Rhianna?" Like, if she was signing autographs with other people and I just happened to be in a crowd of people, just walk up like, "Hey, my turn, here you go, take a picture with me." You know, it'd be on that basis. But if we're in the middle of a Burger King and it's just me and Rhianna sitting there, I'm not saying a word. just not. And once again, it's nothing against her. Not at all. Because I'm a really big fan of her music. So with that being said, on a scale of 1 to 10, it'd be about a 7. A solid 7. Pretty normal, excited type thing, you know. So yeah, it'd be about a 7. Okay, next one. J-Lo. Let me just give this number right now. Scale of 1 to 10 to be about an 8.5. For two reasons actually. Number one, I'm actually I don't want to say a hardcore J-Lo fan, but I really admire her, like how multi-talented she is. You know, like everybody says J-Lo can't sing. Well, what do you mean by can't sing? She can't, like, she's like god awful, super terrible, or are you comparing her to Jennifer Hudson? That's subjective. Like, come on now, guys. Lighten up a little bit. She can sing, she can dance, she can act. Like, once again, acting. What do you define by good acting or bad acting? She pulled Selena off pretty well. If she didn't do any other acting other than that, I think everybody will respect that. So based on that, I'd be very excited to meet her. I would definitely go up to J-Lo and go, "Hey, J-Lo, hi!" On top of that, my girlfriend's a huge fan of J-Lo, so if I didn't get her autograph or a picture, I'd be a dead man. So be two big reasons why I would have to initiate the conversation. Like, if I came home from, like, freaking, what is it? like Krispy Kreme donuts, and it was like, hey babe, guess what? J-Lo was at Krispy Kreme donuts. Shut up. Did you get a picture? No. Did you get an autograph? No. Get out of my house. That's exactly how that would go. So I would have to, on principle. So about a scale of 1 to 10, I would honestly be about an 8, 8.5. Let's just say 8. Alright, so next one. Kim Kardashian, speaking of which, scale of 1 to 10, honestly, about a 5, I guess. I don't know. Here's the thing. If I don't know which number to give you and I'm kind of on the fence, I'm just going to say 5 because that's in the middle anyway. So Kim Kardashian be about a 5. Sorry about that. Here's the thing about Kim Kardashian. I personally do not care what she does or doesn't do. Nothing that she does affects me or affects my thinking or don't care. She's in the same boat with her sister. If she's not on social media, if no one's talking about her, I'm probably not in the loop. Like if I'm scrolling through my timeline on any social media site, if Kim Kardashian's name's not there, I'm not going out of my way and go, ooh, what's Kim Kardashian up to these days? I haven't heard from her in a while. No, that's just not me. But I don't know. Once again, I guess it would be kind of cool to take a picture with her and get her autograph, I guess. I don't know. I wouldn't say no. Like if Kim Kardashian walked up to me, I don't know why she'd do that, and she'd be like, hey, you want my autograph and a picture? I'd be like, yeah, why not? Don't know in any scenario why that would happen. But I'm just saying, hypothetically speaking. Alright, let's move on. Alright, next we have Jennifer Aniston. Scale of 1 to 10. 6. I say 6. I don't watch Friends. Well, actually, I tried to watch Friends. 2 seasons into it, couldn't get into it. I gave it a fair shot. It's just not my thing. And some of her roles I actually like. Along Came Polly was one of my favorites. Her role in Along Came Polly. I actually like that movie. Period. It's funnier to me than most people give it credit for, especially the basketball part, which she's not in. But I just want to say that one time real quick. Let it ride. Philip Seymour Hoffman playing basketball is worth the price of admission alone. If you don't get anything else from that movie, Philip Seymour Hoffman playing basketball is worth it. I'm telling you, you will crack up if you've never seen it. But I digress. This is not about him. This is about Jennifer Aniston. About a 6. What was that movie? We're the Millers. She was in that movie with Jason. I'm not even going to try to pronounce his last name because I always mess it up. So she was in that too. I think I've seen her work enough that I can respect her, and I walk up to her and go, hey, you're Jennifer Aniston. Can I get your autograph and a picture? I don't know why I keep the same scenario for everybody. It's like then we gotta set the scene. Like Kim Kardashian, I was in one restaurant, and Rhianna, I was in Burger King. I don't know why these scenarios play in my head like this, but let's just say I see Jennifer Aniston walking her dog in the park. I don't even know if she has a dog. Let's just say that she's walking her dog in the park, and I'm just jogging away, and we cross paths, and I might stop jogging. I'm like, hey, Jennifer Aniston's walking her dog right there. Hey, how you doing? No need to disrespect. You're really famous. So, if you don't mind, if you give me your autograph and take a picture with me, that'd be great. But I wouldn't be hurting for it either. Like if she told me no, like if I said, yo, Jennifer Aniston, let me get your autograph and a picture, please, and she flat out told me no, you know what? I wouldn't even be mad. I'd be okay with that. Like, you know what? I understand. You're a busy woman. That's all right. I'll just keep on moving about my day. Some people forget that celebrities are people too. They get frustrated. I know that they're in the public eye and they're supposed to keep up some sort of a facade to how they're feeling, but you gotta understand, at the end of the day, they're human just like us. Now, it's not to give them an excuse to be a jerk all the time, but that's another story. Okay, next on the list we have, this is definitely a 10 for me. This is definitely a 10 for me. Without question, I would lose my mind if this happened. If this guy walked up to me or was in the place, I would probably try to tackle him and I wouldn't succeed. But I would do it. I would just to see if I could. I probably wouldn't succeed. But Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, scale of 1 to 10, easy 10 for me. From the time he was a wrestler to now, like I followed this man's whole career, minus his football career. I heard he played football, but I didn't really hear who he was. Most people didn't. But I followed his career from when he was a wrestler and not that popular to now. Yes, it 10, easily a 10, bruh. That's my man's, man. See, when I was a kid, I don't know if anybody else did this. Let me just tell you a little story about me real quick. Sometimes I would have these celebrities, or these TV actors and athletes, or whoever they were, on TV. And I would create a friendship in my mind with these people sometimes. And I'd be like, yo, I would talk to myself a lot. I actually still do that, but that's neither here nor there. So I would be like, yo, hey, yo, Rock, hey, yo, Dwayne, you want to go get some coffee? And I would respond as him to me and go, yeah, let's do it. That's definitely not The Rock. I know my impression of The Rock is bad. Do not tell me. Oh my God. But yeah, if the Rock was like, yeah, man, you smell what The Rock is cooking? Let's go do it. Let's go cook some eggs. Whatever. He's a pancake guy from what I hear. But that's neither here nor there. But yeah, I would do that as a kid all the time. And it wasn't just The Rock. He was just one of the main ones. But yeah, easy 10 for me. Without question. Okay. Next one. We have Ben Affleck. I've never seen anything with Ben Affleck in it. Ever. Not even any of the Batman movies. Never seen it. Didn't even bother. So based on that, honestly, I would give this a 2. Scale of 1 to 10, if I saw Ben Affleck walk up to me on any place at any time, I'd be like a 2. I'd be like, excuse me, sir, you're a little too close. Even if the pandemic was over, I'd be like, please stay 6 feet away from me, sir. Like, I know what Ben Affleck looks like, but if I don't look twice, I probably wouldn't notice he was there. So yeah, I would probably give him a 2. Scale of 1 to 10 would be easy 2. Actually, I'm not even going to elaborate on that. We're just going to move on. Nothing against him. I don't really care. Alright. This is an easy 10 for me as well. Next. Now, guys, this is my 10 score. I'm excited I am to meet this man. Is based off everything he's ever done. As far as his basketball career and what he does for the community. He's just a very likable guy. So based on all that, definitely be super excited if this guy walked up to me. LeBron James. Easy 10 for me. Super easy 10. He's just so likable. He really is. Like, everybody's like, oh, is he better than Jordan? I don't care about that. I stopped arguing that so long ago. It's like, who cares? So what? He's not the GOAT. Michael, he's not Jordan. Like, who cares? Who cares? Oh, well, Michael Jordan won 6 titles and, LeBron lost 6 finals. I don't care about that. Go argue with somebody else. I don't care about that. No, that's neither here nor there. I just think LeBron James is such a likable guy. And I may disagree with him in some aspects. We're not even going to get into that. Actually, now that I think about it, I don't think I ever disagree with this man. So what about his basketball career? He's just a likable guy. He's just a great guy all around. Role model, great basketball player, an advocate for certain things, which I will not get into. But once again, he's such a likable guy. Whether you, as a matter of fact, even if you disagree with his viewpoints, you still like him. He's a very likable guy. Let's just be honest. Yeah, easy 10 for me, without question. Next one. Oh, this is the perfect timing for this. Jesus. Okay, let's just pretend that the current thing about this lady is not happening right now. Let's just take that out of it. My score is not based on any of that. Ellen DeGeneres. If I'm being honest, forget all the other whatever slander or scandals going on with her right now. I don't even care about that. it would still be the same score, which would be about a 3. Don't really care for Ellen DeGeneres. Once again, not judging her as a person. I guess I'll leave that up to y'all. But honestly, I just don't care. If Kevin Hart weren't on her show so much, I probably wouldn't watch it. But that's about it. Ellen DeGeneres is about a 3 out of 10. If I met her, like, she walked up and ordered like a latte in some coffee shop, and I'd like, hey, that's Ellen DeGeneres. I wouldn't even approach her. I'm like, okay, excuse me, ma'am, can you get your latte and leave? Thank you. I would like my coffee, please. but that's about it. Okay. Next on our list, interesting. Katy Perry. Scale of 1 to 10. About 6.5, I guess. I really like one of her songs, Chain to the Rhythm. I thoroughly enjoy that song. Great song. So based off that alone, I would have to at least get a picture or an autograph. Actually, I would probably just take one or the other. Probably not both. I'll just pick one, like, oh, I'll take the picture, or I'll take the autograph. Alright. I'll probably take the picture. Yeah, I'll take the picture. But that's about it. Like, she's not, that's what I'm saying. I don't really have any opinion on her. It's like, whatever. I mean, it's Katy Perry. But she's one of those people that I could not pick out of a lineup if you put a bunch of women who looked almost like her in a lineup. She would fall under the same category as Madonna as far as, like, looks go, I guess. I would not be able to pick her out of a lineup. I just wouldn't. You had to give me at least more than one shot at it. I'll say that. Yeah, about a 6.5, 5.5, 6. Yes. Interesting, because the next one's very interesting because it's Justin Bieber. I don't know how I would feel if Justin Bieber walked somewhere near me and just existed. Like if I walked into a restaurant and Justin Bieber's eating there with the sunglasses on or whatever he has, I don't know if I'd be excited about that, honestly. Once again, I'm kind of a fan of some of his work. I got some of his songs on my playlist. I respect him as an artist. But honestly, I don't think I'd approach him. Even if he had a huge crowd around him. I would probably take a picture of the huge crowd and start trolling like, oh, look at these ridiculous people. And be sarcastic about it, because honestly I don't care. Like, look at these ridiculous people. Who does he think he is? Like, but I wouldn't really mean that. I would just do it, just for fun. So based on that, a scale of 1 to 10, seeing Justin Bieber in person, about a 4. I wouldn't even go out of my way to ask for an autograph or a picture. Don't really care. Once again, nothing against Justin Bieber. Just personally, I'm just like, all right, well, there he is. Next one. This is interesting because this is one of those another interesting things. Like, what if this happened? The next one's Drake. Okay, aka Aubrey Graham. I don't know what kind of name is that. You know what? It's not for me to judge because my name is. Well, no. I am judging because my name is only funny based off somebody else having it first. Okay? If this other person didn't have my name, it wouldn't be as funny. So that's why my name's funny based on that. His name is just funny. Okay? Aubrey Graham sounds like a tax accountant. Like, seriously. Like, yeah, I'm a tax accountant. His name is Mr. Aubrey Graham. He does my taxes every year. He's my accountant. It sounds like an accountant. You can't say I'm not. You can't say I'm making it up. Think about it. Aubrey Graham sounds like an accountant. A good one though. A really good one. But I digress. Scale of 1 to 10. Honestly, I think I like enough of his songs that it would be excited to meet him. Like, I'm not a super Drake fan. Like, if you told me Drake was trash, I probably wouldn't even argue with you. I'm like, okay. I'm not that kind of fan. If you like bash Drake, it wouldn't bother me as much. I'd be like, all right, okay, that's how you feel. But I sang along with enough of his songs and a fan of enough of his songs that it would actually be pretty cool to meet him, because once again, he seems like a likable guy. So I would say about an 8, actually. Yeah, I would say it'd be if Drake walked up somewhere and I was somewhere and he was like within like the vicinity of me and he was just, feeding ducks. I don't know. Let's just say Drake was feeding ducks. He was feeding ducks, and he was like, "Yeah, you get a piece of bread." And I know my impressions are bad, guys. Please don't point that out, okay? You're gonna hurt my feelings. But okay, let's just say he was feeding ducks. And so he was feeding ducks, and I walked up to him and was like, "Hey, what's up, man?" I'm like, "Yeah, what's up, man? I'm feeding ducks. What you want?" "Yeah, I'll take an autograph and a picture, please." "Alright, make it quick. Gotta go meet my barber." That does not sound like Drake. I know. Don't call me. Please don't challenge me on that. All right. But yeah, I think it'd be a solid 8. I would be pretty excited to meet Drake, to be honest. Not a super fan, but it'd be pretty exciting, I'll be honest. I don't watch soccer, so I don't know who this person is, so based on that, it'd probably be a 1. Actually, no, I've heard of the name. I've heard of the name, at least. But I don't watch soccer, so... Cristiano Ronaldo. Heard the name a lot of times. I'm just not a big soccer fan, so meeting him would do absolutely nothing for me. Not disrespecting his talent or his infamy. Just for me, I don't follow soccer at all. I played one soccer game in my life. It was FIFA 08. That was it. So based on that, it'd be a 1. So I can't really elaborate on how exciting or not exciting it'd be to meet him because I don't know him. So let's just keep it going. Another soccer player. Lionel Messi. Once again, heard the name. Don't watch soccer though, so I can't really relate to this guy. If you put him in a room with 3 guys and he's one of them, I probably wouldn't get it right. And I'm looking at a picture of him right now. If you gave me this picture and 2 minutes later you told me to pick him out of a lineup of 3 people, probably still couldn't do it. I'm just saying. It's nothing against him. It's just that's just what it is. Okay. Now that we got that mess out the way. That pun was messy. Double entendre. Alright, anyway. So the next person on the list is Lady Gaga. Scale of 1 to 10 on how excited I would be if Lady Gaga was in my vicinity. Once again, I respect her work enough that I would ask for an autograph. I'd probably be a little afraid to do it because I'm not very social. See, this is easy to do right now because I'm talking into a camera, into a microphone, and nobody has to respond. That's pretty simple. Do not mistake that for me being talkative or an extrovert. But no, if Lady Gaga were in my vicinity, I'd probably give scale of 1 to 10 about a 5.5. I mean, I do like her early work. I do like her early work. Her latest work I haven't really got into yet. I mean, I'm still humming Poker Face and Bad Romance, and that was way back in the day. Yeah, so basically it'd be about a 5.5. It'd be pretty cool to meet her though. It's just that I wouldn't really go out of my way. If I'm on one side of the mall and someone comes to me and goes, "Yo, Lady Gaga's on the other side of the mall signing autographs," I'm not running all the way over there to do that. Nope. If it's not LeBron James or The Rock, I'm not doing it. Alright. Next one. This breaks my heart. Oh, Jesus. If anyone really knows me or knows, like, my senior year of high school and my freshman year of college and my sophomore year of college, if you guys knew me then this next person is going to break my heart to say this now. Because if I had met him then, it would be an easy 10. Kanye West. Let me just tell everybody who didn't know me back then, how big of a fan I was of Kanye West. I was a huge fan of Kanye West. Like, huge. Like, you can't tell me nothing. Get it? It's one of his songs. Honestly, you couldn't tell me nothing bad about Kanye West. I wouldn't believe it. Like, no, he didn't do that. What are you talking about? You know how newspapers lie all the time. What are you talking about? Back then, it would have been an easy 10. Not even up for debate. Now, actually, it's a 1. Honestly. It's all the way to the other side of the scale at 1. And here's why. It's not that I don't respect his talent anymore, or I'm not a fan anymore. It's just it just seems like he has like a couple screws loose with the public, and for someone who he hasn't met before, I would ask for his autograph and he would probably punch me in the face. I mean, he's fought paparazzi before, so little old me saying, "Hey man, can I have an autograph and a picture?" He'd probably swing on me. I don't want that energy. No, absolutely not. If this was like graduation, fresh off of graduation Kanye, even fresh off of 808s and Heartbreak Kanye, easy 10. But no, it'd be a 1 now, and it breaks my heart to say that, because I was a huge fan of him one time, long ago in a galaxy far, far away. I think that was the last one. so I end on a sour note. Is that what's gonna? So this podcast ended on a sour note, and how a trip down memory lane, and a long time ago that I was a huge fan of Kanye West, and now if I ever were to meet him in person, it would not be exciting. It would be kind of terrifying. Why did the list have to give me Kanye West all the way at the bottom? Like, it just. Maybe I could think of some Drake Duck story again to kind of just end this on a better note than that. Yeah, play the bill, pay the bill, platypus bill. Psyduck's my favorite Pokemon. Yeah, on a scale of 1 to 10, that Drake impression's about a 2. I know, you don't have to say it. Alright, but anyway. Alright, thank you for listening and tuning in to Brain of Thought podcast. You know, not the usual episode, but I figured I'd have some fun. You know what I'm saying? So, thank you guys for tuning in. And always remember, even though we didn't really dig deep into any discussions today, always remember, Brain of Thought is always under construction. I am They Call Me MJ. I'm out. Peace.